You're here with your friend Steph?
I am, yeah, she's right there.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I know that because she wrote a letter.
She did.
Yeah, she said, "Dear Ellen, I want to tell you about the most selfless and special person I know, and his name is Trent Bower. He's your biggest fan. He spent his entire college career fighting for gay rights and was even nominated for Homecoming King because of all the good that he does. Trent has a heart of gold. He is the definition of a true angel. Ellen, thank you for inspiring Trent to be the guy that he is. Love, Steph." How about that? Did you know she wrote in?
No, I had no idea.
So you watch the show, and yeah, right, and good. I'm glad. I'm appreciative of that. I always like when people watch the show. So I heard that you were very excited when you got tickets. That you haven't really slept or anything.
Not at all. No.
No.
Nope.
No. All right. So you live in Pennsylvania?
I do. I live in I live south of Pittsburgh, and I go to school in Shippensburg University.
Okay. And you're a senior?
I am. Yeah. I'm a senior.
And tell us everybody about you're creating a program for the students there.
I am. So I am the LGBT student coordinator, which is a position that I wrote to the president to ask them to create. As a student of the LGBT community, I felt that there was an underserved lack of resources. So I wrote to them and asked if I could do some research to develop a center on campus. And, we're kind of in the process of doing that. So I'm really excited.
Good for you.
Thank
Good
you.
for you. That's amazing. All right. What do you want to do after you graduate?
I'm in the process of applying for the Peace Corps, but my options are open. Would love to see what happens with this resource center, and if we can kind of get it moving, would love to leave that behind.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's really sweet. Okay, well, I want to do something for you because you're a good guy, and I've been partnering with Cheerios because we want to help spread 1 million acts of good, and we love what you do for the community, and you're struggling to pay for college, so we want to be able to help you continue all the good you're doing, so we're going to give you $10,000. Anthony and Jacob. So, and you have been friends, you're senior, or are you going into your senior year?
We're going into our senior year.
Okay, so you've been friends since when?
We became friends our sophomore year of high school. I was in student council my freshman year, and then he joined his sophomore year, and we kind of basically became friends then.
That's how you met?
Yes. Okay,
and you were straight, and you are gay.
Yes.
And you knew he was gay when you met him.
Yes.
And you didn't have a problem with that, you just became friends?
No, I was actually told that he had a crush on me. And at first I was like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
I have a crush on you, and I'm gay too. So you're adorable.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so you heard he had a crush on you, and?
And so at first I was kind of scared. I was like, oh, maybe I should be friends with him. That's kind of, because I didn't support gay rights then, but I also was not against them. But it was still just kind of weird for me because being a high school student, that is kind of weird to think about. And being a straight high school student, that's weird to think about.
Right.
And Anthony actually was the reason that I began to support gay rights because he's such a convincing person. He can convince anyone of anything. He's such a great speaker. And he convinced me that I should support this, and it's a great cause. So now I just start defending it more and more, and now look where we are.
Well, good for you. It's amazing when you know somebody, it helps change your mind because, like you said, you were scared because he had a crush on you, like there was going to be some kind of attack on you, and he just had a crush on you, which people have crushes on people all the time, and it doesn't, ever go anywhere. Unfortunately for some people. So you tweeted out that you didn't have a date for prom, and so you saw that he didn't have a date. And did you have a date for prom?
Originally I did. I kind of did, not really. But then I decided against it, and we decided to go separate. And
so she knows who she is?
Oh, yeah, she knows who she is.
All right.
And so I told her to go with her friends, and I'd go with my friends, and I'd go single, which I was totally okay with that because I'd love to hang out with my friends on prom night. Like, how could you have a better night than that? And then, so I was single, yeah.
So you knew he needed a date, and you surprised him, and this is how you found out. You walk out of class, and you see a sign in the hallway, and you find out that Jacob wants to go to prom with you.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, at first I was like, wait, why is there a sign? Why is everyone crowded over there? I'm like, I want to go over there and see who's getting asked. Like, I want to be a part of that. And then they open up the sign, and then I see it, and then all I see is Jacob with his arms wide open. I was like, that's for me.
That is amazing. That is so adorable. You know what? If that can't be an example for people in the world to know that we just, that you have a date with your friend who you had a crush on, and he's open-minded enough to actually do this. We have teachers that drove in from Las Vegas. Your parents are in the audience. Good for you, first of all.
Can I first just say, before I came out, I used to watch your show all the time, and it just means so much to me to actually be here now and be on your show, and you've done so much for the entire LGBT community and just humanity as a whole, so it means so much for me to be on the show for you.
Thank you so much. Well, first of all, let me say I admire you. I'm proud of you. I know how hard it is for anyone to come out, especially a football player in a small town. And you looked very, very nervous doing that speech.
Yeah.
How long had you been thinking about it?
Honestly, probably 3 or 4 years. I'd say I was really nervous at first. It was right before we had just won the state championship my sophomore year of football. And right after that, everything, I was just like at an all-time high at that point, and I was getting so much attention for athletics. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I had started to start questioning my sexuality and what it was that I truly wanted. So I was really nervous at first, and then, my school was super supportive and everything.
That's great.
But I knew that, it could be different once I came out and I was actually out there in the public. So it was nervous at first, but I was definitely embraced and loved by everybody.
Right, that's great, because it's a really conflicting thing to feel really proud of yourself and good at something, and then in the back of your mind have shame and carry shame around. So you're living this kind of private, secret, conflicting life, and it's really, it's not healthy, you know? So that's so great you did that. All right, so the school was supportive.
Yes. My school, I went to a pretty small high school in St. Louis, Missouri, but it was a very accepting community. Everybody from the students to the faculty to even the staff and the custodial workers were all just embraced me with so much love and support, and I never found anybody there who disliked me because I was gay.
So now you're playing for Indiana State, and how's that going? You must have been worried about your career in football.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely, I had a lot of nerves coming out because at that time there aren't very many out openly gay football players, so.
Or any.
Yeah. So I couldn't count on them on one hand. So once I got to Indiana State, it was like all of those nerves were set aside really fast, because even before I committed there, I talked to the coach about my sexuality and that I wanted to be openly gay at Indiana State. And he assured me from the very beginning that I was going to be accepted by the community at Indiana State, and that my teammates were going to treat me just like anybody else on the team. So that just meant so much to me to hear that from the older guys right away.
Well, and that means that other people hearing that now, and if everybody would have the courage to do what you did, then we wouldn't have that homophobia. We wouldn't have that fear.
Exactly.
And so you're going to inspire other people, just like I inspired you and it gave you the hopes and dreams, because life can be beautiful. Life doesn't have to be hard. It can be everything you want it to be. You were the valedictorian of your senior class. Now you're a freshman at Georgetown, and you're an amazing young man. I can't believe your story. And so it's never easy for anyone to come out to their parents. That is a really difficult thing to do, but especially hard for yours, right?
It was. About the valedictorian part, I have to give you all the credit for that. When I was writing my papers at 2 a.m., I often had to look up your videos for inspiration. And you just...
Thank you.
There were so many times that you really pulled me through, so I do appreciate that.
I'm glad I could do that. Thank you so much.
But as far as coming out, in my sophomore year of high school, my dad went through my phone and found out that I was gay, and sent me to conversion therapy.
How did he find out?
I was writing a paper one night, and he started searching through my phone and saw a picture of me with my first boyfriend at the time, and
And so that's how he found out you're gay, and then what happened?
So they sent me to conversion therapy, and then after a few months, that ended. The dangerous part about that is, as a patient, I believed this healthcare professional was doing what was best for me, and I didn't see any progress, so it's very depressing. But then I went on, and in my senior year of high school, they got a new pastor who was preaching some messages at church that I didn't agree with, and I asked to go to a different church, and they said that I would either have to go with them or move out. And so I decided that day that I had to move out. And after that, I was just couch surfing with friends for a while, and then I moved in with my best friend's family. And
How long ago was that?
this was the beginning of this year.
Okay, so you've had no contact with them since?
No, I've stayed in contact with them because at the end of the day, they're still my parents. So
Good for you.
it's,
Wow.
It's very
Yeah, good
difficult.
for you. Okay, so, but you're not home. Where are you staying?
I'm actually staying with, I call them Madre, Padre, and then all of their kids. So I'm staying with my best friend's family over the summer.
But for a while, you were just staying on different people's couches?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. So now you're in Georgetown and a freshman. How is that going in college?
It feels like it's been 3 months, but it's only been 2 weeks. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. I would not want to be anywhere else but Georgetown. The staff is so supportive.
That's great.
Our residential minister actually lives on my floor. As a Jesuit university, they have residential ministers, and she, told me that I'm here, that she was there to support me. And as someone who's been through something like this with religion, it meant the world to me to hear from a spiritual advisor that they had my back.
Because that's what religion should do. It should comfort you and support you for being the person that you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, well, good for you. I'm glad. All right. So, how did this GoFundMe page? How did that get started?
So when Georgetown gave me my financial aid package, it was based on my parents' income. So there was about a $20,000 gap. And I went to a teacher, and she was like, I would love to co-sign for you, but she said, I'm still paying my student loans, I can't. So she said, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe. And she did, and the goal was to raise $20,000, and I was blown away when it hit 2,000. I mean, I was just so surprised that people would actually put their money in and support me.
And has it reached, it's more than 2,000 now.
It closed off at $141,000.
Yeah. So that should help.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. But here's the amazing thing. You want to do something special with the leftover money. Tell people what you're going to do.
Absolutely. So whenever I graduate, I'd like to take the remaining money and donate it to starting a scholarship for people in similar situations.
All right. Our goal with this show is to make people happy and feel good every day. So when I got this letter from a viewer in Big Lake, Minnesota, I knew I wanted to meet him. Dear Ellen, my name is Bride and Giving. I want to tell you about my incredible mom, Michelle. We went through a tough time when I came out to her as gay in high school. We live in a small town, and she didn't know if people would accept my lifestyle. Luckily, my mom adores you and your show, and because of you, she was able to accept me for who I am, and we are now closer than ever. My mother would freak out if she could meet you. She's done so much for me. I would love to help make her dream come true. Well, come on down, you two. Do you need a tissue or something?
Please,
Because
thank you.
Well, so this is an amazing story because all you want is acceptance from especially your family, and but that was a hard thing for you to accept when he first told you. And why do you think that was?
I think it wasn't that, it was him being gay. I was more worried about what society and, the hoops that he was going to have to go through with being gay.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, if that would help not, him get a hard time getting a job. But, regardless with this man's personality, he's going to go a long way.
Yeah, well, that's important. I think that is the parents' feel. Sometimes it is like it's not who they wanted their children to turn out to be, and it's your disappointment with yourself. But for you, it was your fear for him.
It was.
But if more people did this, then you wouldn't have to worry about him in the world because the world would accept all of us because we're everywhere.
I am not worried about this man at all.
It's just that a lot of people don't come out, but that's really cool. So did you struggle with, how long did you struggle before you decided to come out?
I think I knew about and struggled with it probably for a good 4 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the primary reason why I didn't want to just jump out and be like, yo, friends, what's up? I'm gay as heck, but we were from a small town. It wasn't normal. I didn't have any openly gay friends. I had wonderful, warm, supportive friends, but I didn't know of anybody else that's done it before, so it's just like a very solitary thing to do.
Right.
And so it was just too scary at that point in time.
Especially if you're gay as heck.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be gay, but when you're gay as heck, it's risky. So, Michelle, I know that you were most nervous about telling your dad.
Yes.
Why is that?
My dad and I, we never had a real strong relationship, and him and I have never discussed sexuality or anything like that. And so I just told Brian to give me some time for me to tell him. And I tell you, when I did, it was so unexpected. We were sitting at the kitchen table, and I just said, Dad, I gotta tell you something. I said, Bryden is gay. And he just got up from the table and came over and gave me a hug, and he's not a hugging type of person. And he just said, Michelle, I don't care if Bryden's gay. He goes, I love Bryden, and I love Ellen. I watch Ellen every day, and she's gay, so I don't care. So it was just...
Wow. That's great. Hi, Dad. What's his name?
Don.
Hi, Don. How are you? What a great man you are, Don. That's really cool. This story is crazy. I learned about the story right when we were coming back this season, and so thank you for being here. I know a lot of people wanted to talk to you, but your story needs to be heard by everybody. So explain what happened. I said that you worked there for 15 years.
I did.
And?
Well, so not only did I work there for 15 years, but I went to high school there too. So I've been there kind of my whole entire life. About 3 weeks ago, I got an email from our president of the school and asked if I could meet with him and our principal the next day. And so I went in. I actually emailed my principal first, and I just said, should I be worried about this? Because I really don't meet with the two of them together. And so he called me back and kind of gave me a little bit of insight what was going on. Someone had turned in my marriage certificate to our principal, who then turned it into the Archbishop, and that they needed to discuss it with me.
It's a Catholic school.
It is a Catholic school. Mm-hmm. And so when I got into the meeting, the principal, or the president pushed my marriage certificate kind of in front of me. He had a copy of it, and he said, who is this? And I said, that's my wife, Victoria. And so they proceeded then to kind of give me a few options. And
which were?
They told me that I could dissolve my marriage. They told me that I could resign. They told me if it stayed kind of quiet and it didn't get into the media and I didn't let anybody know what was going on, that I could potentially keep my job for the rest of the year, but then they wouldn't renew my contract the following year. And they said that if it got too boisterous, too loud in the media, that they would have to terminate me sooner.
Okay, so they all knew you were gay. The students didn't know.
Correct.
The parents didn't know.
Correct.
You kept it quiet.
Right.
But all the other teachers knew, the principal knew, everyone knew.
Yeah, everyone, probably not everyone, but it's like anything in not your life, but
yeah.
my life.
I'm gay. yeah.
But you let people know who you love and
right.
who you trust. And so, yeah, the majority of the people who were there knew.
How long have you been married?
We've been married 4 years since it became
How long
legal.
have you been together?
22 years.
You've been together 22
yes.
years.
Yeah.
All right. So, and you have a little girl.
Well, she's bigger than I am. She's 12, almost 13.
12, all right.
Right.
So, been together 22 years, been married 4 years, and they're giving you the option to dissolve your marriage or resign.
Right.
And then they said if you keep it quiet, you can stay until the end of the year. But it wasn't your choice. They are the ones who announced it, right?
Yeah, right. So when I finished that meeting and walked back to my office, and I told them I have no desire to. I'm obviously not going to dissolve my marriage. I have no desire to resign from a job that I adore, and so. I guess a couple days later, they announced that I was on administrative paid leave and that I was banned from campus, which was obviously hurtful. But and then they released a statement the following day, basically just saying that Shelley Fitzgerald in bold had been terminated or had been placed on administrative leave because she's married to a woman. And they put it on all of their social media and sent out a press release and
so they outed you
to the world.
So a lot of people were learning that you were gay by them doing that.
Correct.
Wow.
Yes.
Where is it right now?
So we've met a couple of times with the Archbishop. Well, we met with the Archbishop, and I gave them some terms that I would love to see changed in the contract. that he's told me there's no way we're doing this, but that we want to work together and see what happens. And so it's kind of just in limbo still.
Well, we have a surprise for you. We'll be right back. So how did the students react?
Oh, they've been incredible. I mean, it's been, we've taught them in this school. It's a life prep school, and we've taught them you stick up for people and you love people and you do it with kindness. And they have our first football game of the year. They had everybody dressed in rainbow stuff and had signs and I support Miss Fitzgerald and
wow, that's amazing. And they started a GoFundMe page for you, and they sound amazing. Let's meet them. Come on out. Oh. Assuming you're Elijah.
Yes, ma'am.
And and who are you?
Anna.
Anna?
I'm Raquel.
Raquel?
Reagan. Maddie.
Okay, and you're a football player.
I'm the running back.
The running back, okay, so it was your choice. You go out on game day and do what?
So before the game, Mom, she ordered a bunch of pride gear, like what did she order? She ordered a sweatband and a bandana. And so I thought it'd be cool to show the whole community that I'm an ally and that I support Miss Fitzgerald and everybody else.
I know. That's unbelievable. So she's a guidance counselor. So what can you say about this woman that, I mean, we're hearing the story and you can hear the audience is shocked by what's going on. You're shocked by it, but tell me about her.
For me, I had quite a few issues last year, and she was always there for me. Her door was always open. Her room kind of became my safe spot, and she was just my person at Roncalli, so.
That's amazing. and now she's not there, and that's really hard. She's somebody that you counted on to go talk to when you're going through whatever it is. So you started a GoFundMe page for her, and you've raised how much so far?
Close to $4,000.
$4,000. And what are you going to do with the money?
Well, they have started a foundation, and so they're going to use it to be a catalyst for change, to just continue the word and to get things out and continue change beyond just this story.
Yeah, good, because that school sounds like it needs that.
Yes.
Here's what we want to do. Our friends at Shutterfly love helping people tell their inspiring stories. They want to give you $25,000 towards your GoFundMe page. Before we go to break, I should say this. If there is someone, Indianapolis, Indiana, right? If this school does not want to hire her back, which, I mean, you went there to high school, I assume it's important to you. But if there's another school out there that would like to hire Shelley, I urge you to do so. I mean, this is an amazing woman who needs a job. How you do? So you didn't even make it for the beginning of the show. I saw you weren't in the audience.
During the commercial.
Yeah, you were supposed to be here tomorrow for the show because you love Kristen Bell and you thought you were doing something completely different.
Yes.
And we surprised you and had you come in, and I saw you rushed into the audience, and now you're sitting here on the show and you had no idea.
I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah. All right. So I understand you love Kristen Bell, which is why we brought you here today. And you watch that Taste Buds clip almost every single day.
All the time. Every time we have friends over, we have to show them that clip because it's just the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. We have that in common. I agree. And how long ago did you meet, and how did you meet?
We've been together 4 years, married for 2.5. We met online, and initially we did long distance. I was in school at the time, so we had about 3 weeks to get to know each other, and then I was back at school.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a psychologist.
And you are?
I do epilepsy research.
Okay. Well, great. Good job. Oh, good job. All right. So you're in the process of adopting a baby.
Yes. Yes.
And literally right now, any minute. Like, do you have your phone on?
No, I was not allowed to bring my phone, but it could ring at any minute.
Yeah.
Fatherhood is imminent.
Like, you're like any minute now,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a baby. All right, well, we got something for you for your growing family.
Oh my God!
You guys, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Look, I was just relaxing in your new rocker, in components of your new nursery.
Oh my gosh.
That is a gift from both the Ellen Show and also at Hello Bello. We heard your story and we are so excited for you that we want to give you a lifetime of anything you want from Hello Bello. So you'll get all of this, plus just go on the site and just order whatever you need. Because we are a part of your village too. Congratulations.
All right, now, and guess what you're doing after this? We're gonna take a break, and we come back, we're gonna play Taste Buds. You're gonna play Taste Buds to get something else.
Make me proud.
When our next guest, high school, told her she couldn't attend senior prom with her girlfriend, she took a stand. From Fulton, Mississippi, please welcome 18-year-old Constance McMillan. Okay, Constance, you could just see by you walking out here, obviously you've never been on television before, you've never been to California before, and you're just, how old are you?
18.
18, you're a high school student, and this is a lot going on for you all of a sudden, isn't it?
It really is.
All right, and you never intended for, I just think you're so brave, because I just think you're amazing.
I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be here because I think you're a great person, and I think you've done a lot of great things.
Thank you very much.
I'm very excited to meet you.
Thank you. Well, what you're doing right now is, it's always easy to be quiet, and especially when you know that somebody might tell you no, or it's going to cause a scene. And I love that you're not trying to do anything other than go to prom. That's what every kid deserves to do, is to go to prom. It's a big deal. I mean, although, yes. So prom is supposed to be April 2nd. That's when it was supposed to be. So in December, you went to the vice principal, is that right?
I did. I went to him and I asked him, you know, about bringing my girlfriend. And he told me, he basically just gave me a story. He said that's not allowed, so.
So then you went to him in January and said, can I, right? Do I have the timeline?
Right.
So then you go back and you go, okay, well, I'd like to wear a tuxedo. That's how you felt more comfortable to wear a tuxedo. And he says?
He said that that wouldn't be allowed either if a girl shows up in a tux, that they wouldn't be let in. And because he said, I know it's not a big deal for a girl to wear a tux, but if a guy shows up in a dress, he said, I'm not letting a guy in with a dress on, so.
Because what would happen?
Oh,
hell would break loose. All right. Okay, so he's got rules. So then, what were the conditions? Your girlfriend could go to the prom, but what were the conditions?
So we could go, but like not as a date. Like we couldn't walk in there holding hands and stuff. Like she was really my date.
Okay.
And if we slow danced, or you know, if there was a kiss or anything, I mean, it would. We could possibly be thrown out if it made someone feel uncomfortable. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna go to prom and pretend like I'm not gay. I mean, I'm not. So there's no point in me going.
Right. That's the whole thing about prom, is to go and to be able to dance and to be able to be with somebody that you take to prom. So, all right, so I just want to, because my Aunt Helen, who is 87 years old, lives in Mississippi. And when she heard about this, before we even invited you, I'm just going to read a bit of, she's 87, lives in Mississippi, very religious woman. Just wanted to assure you that there are people in Mississippi who deplore the stupid decision that the school board to cancel the senior prom. And I'll skip to, people are afraid of new ideas and anything different from what they're used to. We have a long way to go yet. I don't think the students would have minded at all, so we might have to look to the new generation coming up for some enlightenment, and that's you. You are the new generation. You are. Because you have to challenge that. So you contacted the ACLU, and they're helping you now, right?
Right, they are. They're very awesome.
Yeah, and there's going to be well. What's really upsetting is, you know, as my aunt said, there's another generation that doesn't understand it and they're fearful. But your students, you know, the people that you go to school with, they're actually angry at you.
A lot of people are. I mean, there's my friends and stuff. There's a few people that are still supportive and everything, but the majority of people are angry because I guess they feel like I'm the one that caused prom to get canceled. And
instead of, see, if the entire student body would collectively say this is not right, we deserve to have a prom and Constance deserves to go with her girlfriend, then the school would have to put the prom on. They shouldn't be mad at you. If we don't look back at history and see how many mistakes we've made by discriminating and that they tried to make you feel less than and that you still stood up and said, no, you're not going to make me feel less than. I deserve to have the same rights. And those other students, whoever is saying that to you, they just need to, wake up because they should be on your side. They should be on your side. I want to say, too, because it's hard enough. You get these blatant and subliminal messages in society constantly, and what you really need right now are friends, and you need your family to stand by you. And your father, who's in the audience, congratulations for having such a great dad. Good for you. Good for you. What's your name? I'm sorry?
Michael.
Michael. And now, were you nervous about your daughter going to school after that happened, that there would be some kind of retaliation?
I wasn't nervous until the decision was made to cancel, and then she called me and told me she left early because it was kind of a hostile environment.
Uh-huh.
And then I made a call to the principal and just let him know that I was holding them completely responsible if anything were to happen to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, a lot of people are watching now. I don't think anything's going to happen. And I think more people, when they realize they need to be on your side. And you don't, we wanted to throw you a prom. We actually were going to do that for you, but that's not what you want. You want to go to your school's prom. That's what you want.
I do. I just want to go and be able to be myself and go to the prom that I was supposed to have since I've ever known what prom was.
You've been looking forward to it for a long time. All right, well, it's not too late. I mean, the school can make the right decision, and you can still throw that prom. Right? All right. It's just amazing to me that this is going on right now. What's your grade point average? Like 3.8 or something crazy like that?
3.86.
3.86. Good. I just admire you so much, because when I was your age, I never would have had the strength to do what you're doing. And you're clearly a very shy girl. And so by just being yourself and doing what's right, you're going to make a lot of change. You really will. So here's what we want to do. I know education is really important to you, right? We got a call from tonic.com. It's a website dedicated to promoting the good that happens in the world each day. They focus on people like you who are making a difference. Tonic.com wants to give you a $30,000 check towards your college education. Yeah. And also, they also want to offer you an internship this summer in New York City. If you're interested, you can go to New York and intern. All right? That would be something. To learn more about tonic.com, go to our website. We'll be right back. This is Constance. First of all, thank you so much for being here, and it's just so brave of you to first of all, to serve the country, and then to be not supported like this, and to come out and I admire you so much, because it's really tough when people just don't understand. So let's be clear. So you were born a man.
Yes.
You were born a female.
Correct.
Okay. And how long ago did you start your transitions, each of you?
So I started my transition in 2012. I joined the military in 2004. It was a really difficult time. I was still serving under Don't Ask, Don't Tell, but I was able to be a part of that repeal. But the repeal did not include trans service members. Mm-hmm. So during my transition, my physical changes started happening. It was really prevalent. And my leadership called me into the commander's office and asked me, they handed me a piece of tissue paper and asked me to remove the makeup from my face to prove that I wasn't wearing any. And I wiped it, there was nothing. So it was really difficult for me.
So for you, it was not. And for you, it was a different experience, right?
It was slightly different. So I joined the military in 2010 for education benefits initially. You know, I felt like a hamster going in the wheel every day at work and throughout college. And I wanted to serve in the military, so I enlisted in the Air Force. I started my medical transition in 2012. And from there, I was able to live more authentically, though I couldn't out myself to my leadership because that could potentially be writing my discharge.
Right. So you met President Obama, right?
Yes,
Yes,
that
we
was
did.
a really humbling and exciting experience to represent not just us, but the trans military community as the first actively serving trans couple, to stand with him and smile and take those pictures. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I said that in the intro, I don't think people understand that there are over 15,000 transgender people serving in the military. And that is, like I say, it's a selfless act. It's for someone to want to do it in the first place and then to not be supported. What does that feel like to have the support of your unit, but not to have the support of the president?
You know, when I got back from my deployment in Afghanistan in 2015, I served as male the entire time I was in Afghanistan without fault or failure. And it was amazing. I had a fun time, ironically, in Afghanistan. And when I got back home to my home station, my leadership saw that I was male and they wanted to do unto me the best possible thing. So they let me go by all male regs and standards. So I was allowed to wear male dress blues and grow out this horrible mustache and just live more authentically day in and day out. And by my leadership doing that, that resonated throughout the entire military. And that is what kind of spearheaded what we now know as the policy.
Right. So, but for the most part, you were supported, and everybody you work with and are on the field with, everybody, no one has a problem with it.
Not at all.
No one has a
100%,
problem.
100% supportive.
All right, we have to take a break. We'll talk more after this. We're back with Layla and Logan, and your mom is in the audience right now. Hi, Mom. How are you? It's amazing when watching that tape piece how completely cool you were with it. Like, a lot of people would not understand that a mom would be that cool and just go, no, I know what's going on. Like, you were just so fine.
Who wouldn't be proud to have a son live as normal a life and to be honest with themselves, you know, as Logan and Layla?
That's what a mom should do, yes. 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 That's what a mom should do, but not everybody. Some people just have their own set ideas of what their children should be, and the fact that you love Logan for who Logan is, and that's amazing. And your family is supportive as well, right?
Yeah. So we are very fortunate as trans folks in the community to come from both very supportive and loving families. My family they've proven that to me by, it was my birthday. I had just moved from San Antonio to Hawaii, and they took me out for my birthday, brought me back home, and they set this cake in front of me in the living room and sung happy birthday, and they said to turn the cake around. And it was the first time that I saw my chosen name on the cake. And so it made me feel that things are able to change, and I was actually loved by the family that I needed at that time.
Yeah. It means everything. It means everything to be validated for, you know, just being who you are, that your family says, I love you and I support you. It's everything. It's all that matters.
Yeah.
I know you said you've been together since 2012.
Yes.
And you've been married a little over a year. I know you want to adopt a child. That's been put on hold because depending on what this decision is that the president does, you may be out of a job and you're worried about money. So it's a really tough thing to decide to adopt a child right now. Shutterfly loves helping people tell their inspiring stories, and they want to give you a check for $25,000 to help you. Our first guest lit up the internet when he delivered an impassioned plea to the Iowa House of Representatives in support of gay marriage. Take a look at him.
So what you're voting here isn't to change us. It's not to change our families. It's to change how the law views us, how the law treats us. You are voting for the first time in the history of our state to codify discrimination into our Constitution. You are telling Iowans that some among you are second-class citizens who do not have the right to marry the person you love. So will this vote affect my family? Would it affect yours? Over the next 2 hours, I'm sure we're going to hear plenty of testimony about how damaging having gay parents is on kids. But in my 19 years, not once have I ever been confronted by an individual who realized independently that I was raised by a gay couple. And you know why? Because the sexual orientation of my parents has had zero effect on the content of my character. Thank you very much.
From Iowa City, Iowa, please welcome Zach Walls. Zach, it's so funny that you're nervous because I can't imagine the strength it took and how composed you had to be to speak that way, and you didn't come off nervous at all when you did that.
I was shaking.
You were?
I'm shaking now. You know, it's just so cool to have this opportunity to be here and, and then to share my story and family.
Well, I saw it immediately, and I wanted to have you on as soon as I even saw you, so I'm happy to have you here.
It's great
and
to be here.
tell for people at home watching, people who don't know what you were speaking about and why you were speaking about it, please.
Yeah, well, gay marriage is legal in Iowa, one of only 5 states where that's the case, and the bill I was speaking against would change that. It would make it so gay marriage isn't legal in Iowa, and it was one of those things where, when I heard that this bill was even being talked about, like I knew I had to go out there and speak against it. My mom, always taught me that I had to speak up.
Hi, Mom. Terry, right? Yeah. Hi. How are you? What a great son you raised. What a great young man. So Terry is your biological mom,
right.
And you've been together for how long with your?
16 years.
16 years. Okay. So, and I love also when you said, I'm sorry to interrupt, but when you said to the judge, I think if I were your son, you'd be very proud, because you really are an outstanding guy. Okay. So they were trying to repeal the law, right?
Right. They're trying to change the Constitution so marriage is defined as only between one man and one woman. And and the scary part about that, I guess, for me, is that their lawmakers are supposed to protect us and not take our rights away. So
right.
Yeah, it was.
So you're an engineering student, is that right?
Yep.
And you hear about this, and you just decide. How long did it take you to come up? It didn't look like you were reading. You were just speaking.
Well, I had notes in front of me, but I wrote it like a Saturday, Sunday before the testimony, which was on Monday. So yeah.
So you speak, and then probably you had no idea the impact that would have. 1.5 million hits on YouTube.
Yeah.
You've had that many views.
Yeah, no idea at all.
And have you been contacted by anyone that that maybe you changed their mind?
Yeah, well, I got a Facebook message actually from a guy who's shipping out to Afghanistan in 2 weeks. He was raised in the Deep South, in his words, raised anti-gay, and he said that after seeing my testimony that he felt his mind had really been changed, and he'd been really anxious about the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and that had changed his mind on that too, and that just really blew me away. I guess I didn't change the mind of the legislators. They still voted to pass the bill,
right? Which
was really disappointing. But to have this kind of impact on a state, national, even international level has really been such a blessing. To be able to come on here, come on your show and share my story of my family and.
Well, I think that's what made it so different. I mean, people can hear, and also that's why I think it's important. The more that people see, I mean, we've always had this struggle throughout history in any kind of fight for equality. There's been a fight for equality in many different areas, and we're still having this fight today, which is outrageous to me. But the more we put a face to it, and people can see that you're a straight man raised by 2 women and such an amazing guy,
Yeah, I mean, we're really not so different, which is, I guess, what I said in the speech, and that's the point, We're not, a family with 2 moms really isn't that different from a family with a mom and a dad.
Right. And what do you feel when people say that you're a hero? Because I would say that right now to you. I think you're a hero. To me, you're a hero for what you did. I applaud you, and I thank you for it, for speaking out for so many people.
I've gotten a lot of Facebook messages and emails, and people think I'm inspirational, but I'm really a testament to my parents. Like if you think I'm cool, like you should meet my parents. I mean, all the.
Well, clearly, clearly. I think, and especially the fact that you were able to raise such an amazing guy is a testament. That in itself. I mean, what do you want to say to him right now?
I am so proud of you. I am so proud and so blessed by having you.
Well, I'll say this. It's very easy to keep quiet when there's a lot, and especially when you're up against a lot and up against a room full of people who are against everything that you want to stand for, which is right and fair. And it takes a big person to speak out and to not keep quiet. So thank you for speaking out. Thank you so much. Here's the first one. Almost 22 years ago, 2 people had sex, and now I have to go to work every day. Here's another one. Me after using furthermore in an essay. Lastly, I could not ignore this one. It's a proposal at the Eiffel Tower. Look how beautiful that is. It says, "Hi, at Chrissy Teigen at The Ellen Show. My parents aren't going to attend my wedding because they don't like that I'm gay. I need someone to walk me down the aisle and someone else for a father-daughter dance. Please come. My fiance and I would cry." Well, their names are Kate and Sarah, and they don't know this, but they're my next guests. Come on down. Hi, surprise. Who's who?
I'm Kate.
I'm Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Kate. I know, we just kind of pulled you into the audience. You thought you were doing something else.
Ellen was looking me in the eyes. I'm freaking out.
Well, first of all, that was a beautiful picture. That was amazing. So did you know this was planned?
Yeah. No, so I had no idea that this was gonna happen, and I'll tell you why. It's because for about a year, like we talked about getting engaged. So the trade-off was, I'll get down on one knee, I'll get her reaction, and then she could watch me walk down the aisle. Fair. So for about a year, I was planning, the ring and, how am I gonna propose and things like that. And then once we were doing this photo shoot in front of the Eiffel Tower, the woman had me pose in a way where my back was towards her, and then she got down on one knee, and I blacked out. So no, I definitely did not see this coming.
All right, so what's the most memorable moment of that day?
So for me, well, first and foremost, I just have to thank you, because if it wasn't for someone like you, I would have never had the courage to just go out there in the public and be able to propose to my fiance. So many people don't accept that, and you've paved the way for queer women everywhere, and it's just like the most inspiring thing. Like, seriously. Yeah.
Well, listen. Everybody deserves love. That's all that's the most important thing. It's all that matters in this life is love. And the fact that some people don't understand that it's just, it's just love.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it. And the fact that your family doesn't accept it, I am so sorry. Not your whole family. Some of your family is okay, right?
Right. So all of my siblings, I have 5 brothers and a sister. They're all absolutely phenomenal with me. My mom, was really terrible. I've been out for 5 years now, so she said, everything you could think of under the sun. But coming out and owning it and, growing over the last 5 years has been the greatest gift. If I just am so thankful that I came out, because it's taught me courage and just owning who I am, and it allowed me to be my authentic self.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. I am so happy that you had the courage to do it, because a lot of people don't have the courage to do it. So that's the most important thing, is it teaches you how strong you are,
yeah.
and also to be 100% who you are born to be. I can't be at the wedding, but I have a stand-in that is so.
Oh my God. Oh, perfect.
So, and this is
There's tissues in it.
For a tissue, you can.
Oh, I'll need that. I'll need that. That's
this
perfect.
will wipe your face like this. You just have somebody wipe your face like that.
I love that.
All right. And then I have a real wedding gift for you, but we're going to take a break, and then I'll give you a wedding gift, okay?
Oh, my God.
All right, we'll be back. We're back with Kate and Sarah, and I told you I have a wedding gift for you, and it's behind the doors, so it's a big present. Let's open it up. All right. All right, let's...
Oh, my God.
Let's unwrap the gift.
Oh.
These are family and friends that we surprised you with.
Yeah.
And so, Sarah, do you want to tell her why everybody's here?
Yeah, so, I mean, I know you already proposed to me, but of course, you know I had to get my piece in there because you deserve it. And there's no better way to do it than in front of our chosen family and, of course, our biggest role model.
Oh, my God.
And the way that you feel today is the way you make me feel every day, and I can't wait to spend my life feeling that way. So,
I love you so much.
will you be my wife?
Congratulations.
Thank you. All
right. So for Kate and for all the people out there that are not accepted by their family, you are loved by so many people, and we love you for who you are exactly. So know that. And anybody struggling out there, just be proud of who you are and know that you're going to find a different family, and maybe that family will come around eventually. But for now, you have this family. And I want to say congratulations. I'm sorry I can't be at the wedding, but Shutterfly love stories like this, and they want you to have an open bar, so they're going to give you a check for $25,000.